So this is day 23. I've got very sore bits on my lips, which you can see are quite yellowy, so I'm trying not to touch them. I've already scrubbed my face this morning a bit, and this is probably the first day in a long time that I've woke up and seen a big improvement, so I'm super duper chuffed. The skin on the inside of my eyebrows is finding it quite hard to flake off, but I'm trying just not to touch them because I really don't want too much of my eyebrows falling out. So I am really happy. I'm so glad that I stuck off the Vaseline. I'm just trying my best now not to touch it too much, which is a lot easier said than done. I ordered some of the Balmonds shampoo, so after we go to the gym tonight, we're going to wash my hair, which I'm very excited about, as this will be the first proper wash in about 3 weeks. We've just been using Dermal 500 just to sort of really help a bit. And then I've just been drying my hair, but it's Ed's done it over the bathroom, over the bath, sorry. And so this will be the first proper hair wash, and I'm going to test out the Balmonds shampoo and body wash, so it can be used for both. But I'm still going to do it over the bath because I feel like the not showering is really helping. So we're going to go to the gym and then we're going to try that out. So unfortunately, judging by other videos, I've thought it for a while, but I am starting to lose some of my eyebrows. It's apparently a very common side effect of doing the no moisture therapy, but I'm just trying to go with it. You can see that obviously it's very itchy, so I think I've been scratching them out. As you can see, I've sort of picked bits off overnight, but yeah, it's just one of those things. So I'd much rather just get this sorted overall, rather than you know, my eyebrows will grow back in, I guess, but yeah, I'd just rather fix it overall. So oh well. So this is the end of day 23 of no moisture treatment. So we're just over 3 weeks into it, just back from the gym, and feeling much more like myself. I think that has a lot to do with my hair being washed, so I think I'm going to wash it quite soon, again using the Balmonds shampoo. One thing about the drinking water, I would sort of plan your water times, if that makes sense. So drink in the morning, save the rest of your water for if you're going to exercise, and then have a little bit with your main meal, and then try not to drink again before you go to bed. That's just something that I have found works for me. And drinking through straws. So tonight, water touched here, and you can see how quickly it reacts to even water touching your lips. So I would try and drink through straws whilst you're going through this process. So anyway, I'm going to finish off today by meal prepping. Edward and I are, well, Edward currently is making chicken, and we're going to have some garlic Brussels sprouts again, it's our new favourite thing, and sweet potato and some more veg, and just get organised. just going for comfort, because there's nothing worse than when your skin feels rubbish to have stuff clinging onto you. So just going for major comfort today. So we're just back from a meal with my family. I'm already in my dressing gown. I feel like everyone will only think I have a dressing gown and that's it. I've got changed already into my dressing gown. I was just saying to Ed, I wonder if I've got any better. I think as the person you can be quite pessimistic. I'm a bit of a pessimist anyway, but it's so hard to tell. I'm going to have a look at some of the videos that I took yesterday just to compare. I think progress photos are something really useful. It's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like if you're on a diet or something, to stay motivated, keep looking at photos before and try and track what you're doing. And unfortunately, time and consistency and sticking with it is probably the only thing that I can really do at this point. And obviously, like anything, like a diet, you would have treats and relapses and times where you want to quit and give up, and the best thing to do is to have someone to help motivate you and share your journey with you, and to keep you feeling positive and really good about yourself. And then, like tonight, for example, I had a table water and a glass of water and lime, and I know this sounds really daft, it probably sounds really daft to some people, but that is a treat for someone that is drinking less than 750 ml of water or fluid per day, and just to go with it, and as well not drinking after 7. Obviously I had a coffee afterwards as well, as a treat, because it helps you to stay motivated. So now I think we're just going to have a snack. I'm not going to drink anything. Do you actually think it's getting better?
Absolutely.
I'll have one final light scrub before bed. I feel like I have come out in like heat rashes in other areas as well, so I've got a heat rash on my lower back and my chest, and I've got more eczema on the back of my knees. I feel like it's one of those things that are swings and roundabouts, and I could focus on those parts, or I could focus on the parts that I've improved, such as these white areas here. I have got a bit of a rash on this arm, and it is still quite red. You can see sort of a rough outline. Ed thinks that's where it's going, but I think that's happened today, and it's come back a bit more. But to be honest, I feel like a lot of this is just a guessing game for what works best for you, and I feel like I'm just trying to figure out what mine really is and what works best for me. Anyway, I'll cut the rambling, and I'll get back with you tomorrow. One other thing, this evening, earlier before we went out, I will confess I put Vaseline on my lips, and interestingly, I saw somebody else talk about this on Instagram, is that it's something that you really, really want to do, but you notice so quickly that it makes it worse. And just now they're absolutely burning. Yeah, you can sort of see, yeah, that they're peeling quite a lot. You can see here. And then what happens is I keep touching it, and I've got obviously infected bits here and on my upper lip. And there, you can see these bits here are really, really sore. So as much as you want to naturally moisturize and put on Vaseline, etc., I've noticed already that I'm suffering for it. So I think I just need to stick to the process, I guess. And I've noticed some people do recommend using Vaseline to stop getting infected bits around here, but again, I think it's just trial and error. I'm going to try and hold off from putting it on for a bit, particularly because they're sort of peeling off and then weeping. This here has always been a particularly weepy area for me my whole life. Well, since I was about 12, when someone put paint on the inside of my mouth and all on my lips. We were playing with paint on big pieces of paper. My parents are architects, so we had massive pieces of paper in the garden, and we're painting with different coloured wall paints, like in the little tubs, and so like pinks and purples and stuff. And two girls thought it would be really funny to start a paint fight, and then smeared it all over my face and scrubbed it into my mouth. And since then, I've always had a particularly weepy / infected mouth. It's just not really ever recovered for years afterwards. So, and paint is one of the things I'm allergic to, as it's come up in my patch test. So yeah, that's this area will probably never go back to fully being normal, but particularly here gets really, really painful. Anyway, I hope you have a nice evening. So I've just been sucking on some ice cubes as I was super duper thirsty. So obviously I'm limiting my fluids and I'm not having long showers. I had a cold shower today. So just before going to bed, I'm just going to apply just a little bit of the Balmonds intensive hand cream. I found that it has really, really helped with my eczema on my hands in particular. I've only used this once since I started the no moisture treatment, and I find it's been really, really good. So I'm just going to keep using it every now and again. It's really, really helped to clear up the eczema, particularly on this finger. You can still see it's a bit red, but I'm very much delighted with this. I think the key to the no moisture therapy is to do your own thing, and this I have found has worked for me. Obviously overall I'm trying to limit my moisture intake, but this has really, really helped, so I'm going to use it every couple of weeks and just see how it goes. Fingers crossed I can get to a stage where I only use the skin salvation, and that would be the ideal. One thing that I have stuck to as well, which is quite a challenge for me, is not painting my nails and keeping them really short. You can even see that grub still gets stuck underneath them, and I think especially if you're going to be itching through the night, even if you're trying not to itch during the day, it's really beneficial to have them super duper short. I've stopped using nail polish so that I don't use the nail varnish remover either, but I've just been using a buffer to keep them nice and shiny so they look a bit more presentable, but I'm going all natural as possible, so no nail varnish for me during this process either. So 2 days ago we decided to wash my hair because it had been 3 weeks since we had washed it properly. If you have somebody that could help wash it for you over a bath, that would be very useful so that you don't get the moisture on your body at all. Edward kindly did it for me using the Balmonds natural shampoo and body wash. It's really, really good. It doesn't really lather, and that's because it doesn't contain lathering agents such as parabens, paraffins, SLSs, phthalates, silicones and other goodies. So I would highly recommend it, and I would say that I'm really, really happy with how it's turned out. Obviously, if you don't wash your hair for a long time, it will become really shiny afterwards, but I am totally chuffed. Maybe even dry it to help make sure that it goes nice and shiny. I've definitely found that as a process, not washing it has helped the condition overall, but that is probably a given. And definitely keeping my hair up off my face. I have noticed that my hair has been growing really well, so I am chuffed. And Balmonds have kindly offered me a 20% discount for those who want to try out any of their products, and that includes their shampoo range. This is the body wash as well, which I would highly recommend. I'd also recommend the Balmonds shampoo range for even if you don't have any sort of skin problems, to perhaps consider using it because it is so natural. It's a really great product for using for babies as well. It's the Fab 3!
You need to redo that.
Why? The Fantastic 3!
3 best friends?
3 best friends. The 3 musketeers. So Ed and I are heading, Ed, Tilly and I are heading over to my parents' house just now. Ed's going to help them out with some tree felling, or help my dad out with some tree felling, and I'm going to go on a run with the dog, as it's so good to get the blood moving into the skin. I feel like it's really, really made a difference continuing to exercise. Initially I thought the sweat would be a problem. It doesn't really sting anymore, in all honesty, so I'm going for a nice relaxing run and get some much needed fresh air. So I have just arrived at my parents' house, and my mum has kindly bought me my favourite soap, which is from Curelake, and it's their Naked range. So it's the soap and the body lotion in their reusable glass bottles. So these will go in my kitchen, and in my Christmas stocking I was kindly gifted from Santa one of the refills for these. So I cannot wait to pop these in my kitchen. I have these in my bathroom, but now I can get rid of the molten brown, which Ed loves. But I much prefer these, and they're not damaging to my skin. So I'm still over at my parents just now, and I've been talking with my mum about the importance of reading the labels. She's a lot more diligent than me, and found that in Earl Grey tea there is bergamot, which is something that I'm allergic to. It's written very clearly on here, but it's something that I didn't realise or didn't know, and Earl Grey tea is something that I love. I love lots of teas, I love lots of juices, and quite a lot of them do contain citrus things, and that is just something that I'm going to have to be a lot more careful to avoid, as citrus things, including bergamot, are I'm allergic to. So it's not only in things that I know very well, like makeup and diffusers, but there's other ways that you can ingest things if that's something that you're allergic to. So if you have similar triggers to me, or even if you don't, it's always worth reading the labels of foods, products, cosmetics, etc., just to make sure that you know exactly what you're ingesting. She's always so happy to be home.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what these mats are called, but they're spiky. And I like to stand on these to sort of help with my circulation, which in turn sort of helps relaxation and my skin, I think. So I just stand on these and sort of move my toes one by one and then sort of rock around as well. Something like this is a great addition to your self-care. Chuffed to pop these both out. So pretty. Absolutely love them. So nice. And I also have the refill. I kind of burst in my Santa stocking, but I do also have the refill, which you can buy as well. So, you know how people talk about writers hitting the wall and runners hitting the wall? Well, today that is where I am. You know, I was in two minds about whether or not to record a sad moment, but I just have to keep thinking that this is as raw as it gets and better things are coming. But going to work today, to be honest, I just think it was such an achievement. But this is the wall. And my skin's got worse. Today's been one of the most sore days. Got a very, very sore head from not drinking a lot. And probably the computer screen. But this is a low and it will pass. And that's what I want you to remember if you're going through the same thing as me. I'm so convinced, and I'm going to watch this back and see myself, and I know that this is just a phase and that something better is going to come, and I'm going to watch this back and be like, well done for getting through this day. So if you're having a day like I am today, you'll get through it. What is it? So nice and cool. So this is a jade and rose gold roller. I got it just from TK Maxx, and it's really, really lovely for circulation. And I've seen that people sometimes put them in the fridge as well, so it's lovely and relaxing for me.